Guys, what's up? It's Juju here. I am an online personal trainer and today I have teamed up with Missguided to take you guys through the top 10 things I wish I knew before starting in the gym when I was 16. I honestly could have done with this video when I first started out, so hopefully this helps you if you're just on the beginning of your fitness journey. Okay, so number one on my list is don't buy into fads. Diet pills, diet teas, all of that stuff that you see on Instagram that you're like, this seems too good to be true. It is too good to be true, so don't buy into it. Honestly, I would keep it super simple and just stick to, I need to eat a clean, healthy diet and I need to move my body a little bit more. Don't overcomplicate it. So try to stay away from all the fads because they will just end up confusing you and they can actually be quite harmful. Like the teas, most of the time are just laxatives. So stay away from those, just concentrate on having like a clean, healthy diet and exercising a little bit more. Number two on my list is don't be intimidated, because I know it can be super intimidating walking into the gym for the first time. I remember walking in and just feeling like everyone was looking at me because I didn't know what I was doing, but you just need to remember that everybody starts somewhere, so no one is looking at you and judging you. Just go in there, do your thing, and try to block out everything around you with a really good playlist. Remember that all the people that you see that look super fit and look like they've been doing it for years, they all had their first time in the gym, so they're not looking at you and judging you because you're doing something great for yourself. Okay, so number three on my list is correct form is everything. So you could be doing a squat, for example, completely wrong and actually not targeting your glutes at all. Say you're trying to target your glutes and you're squatting. You could be squatting and completely just targeting your quads or actually just hurting your knees because you're leaning forward too much. You won't get the most out of an exercise unless you're performing with the correct form. So don't be afraid to ask a personal trainer or go online and search like correct form to do a plank or correct form to do a squat. Anything, just remember that correct form is so much more important than like how heavy you're lifting or how fast you're going. So take it slow and steady and make sure that you're learning how to do each exercise correctly. As a side note to that as well, when I learned the correct form, I started to see results so much more than before. So for example, just talking about glute exercises, when you properly learn how to engage your glutes and the correct form to target your glutes, you're gonna see glute growth a lot more than if you were just sort of like quad dominant and you didn't know how to properly engage your glutes. So yeah, form is honestly everything. Okay, number four, there is nothing wrong with asking for help. So if you're like me, I would just go into the gym and be like, no, I don't need help. Like, I know what I'm doing. Truth is, I had no idea what I was doing. And if I'd asked for help a little bit sooner, I probably would have learnt everything a lot sooner and therefore seen results a lot sooner. So there is nothing wrong with asking a professional for help if you feel like you're unsure of something, like how to do an exercise or even like the right exercise plan to do. Ask for help if you don't know. That's what the professionals are there for. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing everything. You can't just walk into the gym and then suddenly expect to know everything. Coming at you with number five, the scales are not the best indicator of progress 100% of the time. So just to give you an example, I have basically weighed the same since I was 16 despite the aesthetic changes that I've made, and the reason for that is that muscle weighs more than fat. So a lot of the time, especially if you're doing a mixture of cardio and resistance training, you could be putting on muscle and losing fat, so you're appearing to lose weight, you're looking leaner, and your clothing sizes are dropping, but your scales are going up or maintaining, like you're not losing weight, and it can be actually really confusing. Like I remember this happening to me and I was like, well, what's going on here? Like I thought I was making progress, but the scales kind of say that I haven't at all. So yeah, as I said, it's because muscle weighs more than fat. So you can often see aesthetic changes when actually your weight is sort of the same. So I always say to my girls that you should always just go by how you feel, not by the scales. Like don't let a number on the scales define you. I did it for the longest time and it was just a huge waste of time. Just go by how you look and how you feel. How you feel is the most important thing when it comes to working out. Number six is have a plan. So when I first started going to the gym, I did not have a plan. I didn't know what I was doing. I would kind of just dot around, not really, I'd just wander around the gym and sort of play on some machines, to be honest. Like I didn't have a plan at all, and needless to say, I didn't see results straight away. So I think it's really important, like whether you get a personal trainer, whether you buy a workout guide, have a plan that you can follow, because then you won't go into the gym feeling really lost, and you're also a lot more likely to see progress and get fitter and improve your fitness levels and whatever your goals are aesthetically. Sort of choose a guide or talk to your personal trainer about that, and then you'll be able to be working towards your goals with a plan written by a professional. So you're not sort of wasting your time in there sort of just flitting about. You're really getting in there and getting it done. Okay guys, I get asked this one so much in my DMs, like, how do I get abs? How do I get abs in a week? All of this variation of this one question, how do I get abs? I'm just gonna tell you once and for all, doing a bunch of sit-ups or doing a bunch of core exercises will not get you abs if you have fat over your stomach that's going to stop your abs from showing. So what you really need to do is be in a calorie deficit in order to lose enough fat so that your abs can come through. So being in a calorie deficit means you're eating less calories than you are burning, and in turn this will mean that you're losing fat. So the only way to get abs is to be in a calorie deficit enough to lose that fat. Now once you've gotten down to a lower body fat percentage, then your abs will start to come through. Obviously, doing core exercises is super important, not just for appearance, but for stability of your whole body, performance in all kinds of exercises. So I would definitely still do core and ab exercises, but if you want to get abs, what you really need to be doing is being in a calorie deficit enough so that you have a lower body fat percentage. And then because you're still working on your core, which you should do anyway, those muscles will show through once you start to lose weight. Having said this, having abs is not the be all and end all of everything. And as women, we do carry more fat sort of around this belt area here, and there is nothing wrong with that. So if you don't have abs, don't starve yourself to get them. It's really not the be all and end all of the world. And all the people that you see on Instagram that do have abs, they're tensing. Like, I only have abs when I tense, okay? I don't have them all the time. So don't feel bad and feel like you need to look a certain way or get abs just because you see loads of people on Instagram with them. Like, it's a combination of good lighting and a lot of tensing. So don't worry. Okay, coming at you with number 8. Don't jump in at the deep end. So again, I feel like because on Instagram you see people doing like crazy fitness stuff, you just try and jump in with something very complex because like, oh, that's what I see on Instagram, so that's what I should do. Honestly, I always say this, slow and steady wins the race. So don't jump in at the deep end, go in all guns blazing and do super complex workouts that you can't finish, and then try and go to the gym 6 days a week when you've previously not been going at all, because it's just gonna lead to you being like, oh my god, I can't do this, I give up. So if you want to create long-lasting changes, you have to make little changes, sort of ease yourself into it, and then you sort of get into the habit of working out and you're like, okay, I can do this. So once you get used to doing like 2 or 3 days a week, you're like, yeah, I can add a 4th day and I can do this now, rather than sort of going in all guns blazing and then being like, oh my god, this is too much, I can't do this. So slow and steady always wins the race. Okay, coming in with number 9. Everybody is different. So do not compare yourself to anybody else and feel bad because you aren't them. I know this is really hard, especially because of social media nowadays, that it's so hard not to compare yourself to people, especially like in fitness. If you start to follow fitness people on Instagram and you're like, oh my god, she looks amazing, I don't look like that, and then you just feel really bad about yourself. You just need to remember that the only person that you're in competition with is yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to that person who's been working out for years, because they have an advantage on you because they have been doing it for so much longer. It's just not fair on yourself. It's gonna make you feel like crap. Just compare yourself to your past self. You are your own competition. Just put your blinkers on and think you are doing something amazing for yourself and you're working on improving yourself. So the last thing you need to be doing is looking at someone else and being like, oh, I don't look like that, I feel really bad. Like, no. Don't do that. Don't pay attention to all of the social media and comparing yourself to other people in the gym. Just remember that you are there for yourself. Number 10. I always say this to my girls, it is completely fine to have aesthetic goals. And to be honest, like most people do go to the gym with the intention of sort of changing something aesthetic about themselves, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you also need to realize is there are so many other benefits to working out, not just for the way you look, but for your mental state, for your fitness levels. Like, I use working out as a therapy now, not just because I have an aesthetic goal in mind. I work out because it makes me feel great, and that's why I keep going to the gym. So if you want to make a life-lasting habit, you need to think about it like, okay, yeah, I have aesthetic goals, but also working out is really great for me. Working out makes me happy. You get endorphins from working out. It's a great release for stress. So try to think of it not just as a quick fix for fixing the way you look, but a long-term lifestyle change that is gonna do better things for you, gonna make you a happier person, it's gonna help you live longer. There are just so many benefits to working out. So try not to think of it as just for aesthetic goals. Try to think of it as like, I actually enjoy doing this, because I know like no one loves doing burpees, like no one loves like killing themselves in the gym, but afterwards, that feeling afterwards, like, you know what I'm talking about, you feel so sick afterwards, and nothing compares to that feeling, like after smashing out a good workout. You need to try and become like addicted to that feeling rather than thinking, oh, I'm just working out because I want to look a certain way, because working out almost to like punish yourself for not looking how you want to look is just going to end with you feeling like really bad about yourself, and that's not what you want. You want to feel great about yourself when you're working out. You need to create life-lasting habits to bring about life-lasting results. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that some of these points did help you to sort of feel more comfortable starting your fitness journey. Just remember, like, take it one day at a time. Try not to overcomplicate it. Keep it super simple. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Missguided's channel for more content like this. And also, you can shop this cute little number here in the caption below, so go get it.